Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Rating Your Saves in Football Manager 2024. And if you haven't seen any of these videos before, I will let you know how we rate them. It's basically we rate them on the originality of the save, the tactics, the staff, the transfers, and the achievements, all out of 5. And in order to get 5 out of 5, you need to be absolutely perfect in all of those scores. Now, it is very subjective, and if you love this type of videos, let me know. Comment below if you want to be part of them, and like this video to show support to me. It really means a lot, and if we can get this video to 10 likes, I would really appreciate that. Now, we're kicking this one off with a good friend of mine, Andy Ritchie FM, over on TikTok. I will put his TikTok bio in the description box below so you can go and check out this save that he's currently doing with St Mirren. It is a St Mirren and Scotland Builder Nation save, so he's managing both, which is great. He's trying to make Scotland the best league in Europe, and he's also trying to win things with the Scottish national side as well. No easy task there. Now, I love a Builder Nation, as you know. That's how I became a little bit semi-famous on TikTok, to big up my own big head, is doing a Builder Nation. So I have a fond place in my heart for them, and I have to give the originality of this save. I mean, I don't see people doing St Mirren saves unless you're a St Mirren fan, and I know he's a Rangers fan, so that's not why. It's definitely a 4.5. Taking a look at the tactics now, and we can see there are all 3 slots which are shown. Now, it's got a 4-3-3 formation, a balanced 4-2-4, which looks like the Grumble Door. I love that tactic. That is my favourite go-to tactic. Shout out Grumble Door for that one. That was a big tactic and has carried me on this Football Manager. Love that. Absolutely love that. And then he's got a 4-2-3-1 again with a different shape with 3 attacking midfield players in there as well. All tactic slots filled out, different type of tactics, home, away, games you're supposed to win, games you're not supposed to win. I mean, it's sort of the perfect setup, to be honest. I mean, we can argue that other tactics might be a little bit overpowered, but I know he's finding these that are doing very well. So it's got to be a 4.3 out of 5 for the tactics section here. In the staff section, we can see that not all of the slots are filled out. And you know I am a stickler for not having these slots filled out. However, he does have most of the highest rated coaches in the Premier League in Scotland. So that's good. Not the highest recruitment and not the highest medical either. I'm sure he will improve upon them. But he does have the medical slots filled. And there are a scout missing and a recruitment analyst missing, as well as 2 coaches slot missing currently at the club. Now, you know I love to see these. You have to be the best if you want to get 5-star, and you have to have all the slots filled out as well. It's one of those pet peeves of mine, and unfortunately I'm going to have to mark it down for this one, and hopefully he understands that I'm going to have to give this a 3.8. This is my favourite section of this video. Looking at what players you guys sign honestly makes me very, very happy. And as you can see, Andy had 525k in and 525k out, so bringing out the absolute Harry Redknapp in himself. They're selling players like Alex Gojic and bringing in players like Alessandro Malamo for 105k. So some good wheeling and dealing there. No money in, no money out. It's a great window. It's a good window. It's a decent first window. 24-25 season, £2.9 million in and £5.25 million out, with Ryan Strain going to Toronto for £5 million and Vecchino being sold, as well as Benny Benigami. I've definitely killed his name, but if you know this channel, that's exactly what we do. Christian Dominguez came in from Defensia. Some good players from across the world coming in, and some good players on a free as well. Ovi Aguirre, the goalkeeper. Tom McIntyre, Stuart Armstrong, good signing. Tedic as well. Padeva, all very, very good signings. Ledesma. It's a good window, making money. That's what you have to do up in Scotland. The money up there is so tight. You do need to do these type of things. Now, 8 million in and 21 million pounds worth of talent out, which is unbelievable, I have to say. I mean, 7 million pound Johnson Clark Harris went. He's got Gaetano Castravi gone. Salvador Reyes went. Takashi Hara went as well. There's some big signings there. And then in terms of Jarrell Quansah came in, who is a very, very good Scottish centre-back on this game. Leon King's a big signing at 500k. He's probably touted as being one of Scotland's best young centre-backs, and probably is Scotland's best young centre-back. Him and Quansah getting those 2 for under £5 million. Unbelievable. Very, very good window there. And then 4.4 million in and 3 million out, which is fine after that big window in the last one. Getting Calvin Ramsey, another big Scottish player, in as well. That is absolutely cracked. Louis Zhao on a free as well is big. Ricardo Muniz, what's he doing in real life? Battered Tottenham at the weekend at time of recording. What a player he's becoming. That's a great sign. I love that player as well. Embleton out as well. I mean, it's a great window. I mean, these are good windows for St Mirren. Like some of the players, Oscar Bob there on a free, Owen Beck. These are great players. Bob Muniz on a free, Luizao Januzaj is there as well. Can't argue with this. This is solid 4.5 transfer window if I've ever seen one in my life. We're going to take a look at Andy's timeline now as he is doing some major stuff. He has won 7 major awards whilst being at St Mirren. There is no major trophies currently in there, but it's Scotland and it's, you know, Rangers and Celtic are very, very OP. I'm sure he's going to go on to win major trophies. I know that he will. He's a great guy. He's got great enthusiasm for Football Manager and he's a great manager as well. He's won quite a lot of awards. That's very good to see, but no trophies. At Scotland, he's done very well as being the Scotland boss. He's done 200 games in charge of St Mirren as well. I mean, there's no major trophies, so we can't upscore him on that. But I know there's potential here, and I know he's going to win trophies, and I know he's going to win things with Scotland as well. It's a great save. Go and check it out if you haven't. For that reason, I'm going to have to give it a 4. And that gives Andy's save overall a solid score of 4.22 out of 5. That's a great rating. It's one of the best ones we've ever had. And now we move on to another save. Next up is a save sent in by Tom, and thank you for sending this in, Tom. I know you sent it in a little while ago, and I've only just got round to doing it, so do accept my apologies there, but I really do appreciate you guys sending in these saves for me to rate. Now, what a team Tom has made at Leicester City. You'll see it in the save. It's an unbelievable save, but right off the bat, let's judge it for originality. Leicester, I don't know if Tom's a Leicester fan. He might well be. My memory is as fuzzy as a goldfish, to be perfectly honest. But it's a great save to pick. They were start off in the Championship on Football Manager 24, and you can bring them back. It wasn't too long ago they had that unbelievable season where they won the Premier League. So in terms of originality, I don't really see a lot of people doing Leicester City saves. I feel like they've picked other teams this year. I feel like Leicester have been a little bit left down by the wayside. But that's just my experience and what I have seen in terms of Football Manager content, particularly from content creators, I have to say, or in Discords, etc. So I'm going to have to give this an originality of 4. In terms of the tactics, 2 tactic slots filled out is very good. I mean, I'd love to see 3. You know, I'm a bit pernickety, a bit, you know, OCD with that type of stuff. But having 2 tactics in there is perfectly fine. As long as it's not 1, you should be able to get that job done, to be perfectly honest. And they're 2 good tactics of 4-3-3. And then I love this 3 at the back tactic. It looks like an unbelievable tactic. I don't know if it's his own one or if it's a downloaded one. It looks like his own one, to be perfectly honest, from what I can see. It just looks like a baller of a tactic. It just looks like the type of tactic that I would use. I mean, I have to score it down a little bit because there isn't the 3 tactics there, but I'm going to give it a 3.9. Now, off the bat, this is immediately what I love to see. The best in the league for recruitment, medical, and coaching. There is 1 slot missing, and it is a set-piece coach. So, I mean, I know there is 1 slot missing, but we can't be too OCD or too pernickety about this. This is absolutely what I love to see. I'm sure he'll hire a set-piece coach. And to be honest, he's probably got a coach that does set-pieces anyway. He just hasn't got the set-piece coach, if that makes sense. So, for me, this is perfect. This is unbelievable. This gets a 4.9. If he had the set-piece coach, it would get a 5. But 4.9 for that reason is great. This is what I love to see. So this save was actually started in FM23. So hence that's why you'll see Tom with a lot of money. Leicester were in the Premier League, and some of the players that he's bought is absolutely unbelievable. Players like Mickey van der Ven, Pedro Gonçalves, Ivan Fresneda, Nico Gonzalez, Omar Soule, Leonardo Scott, Livakovic. I mean, it's quality. He is playing FM23, so ignore that part from me at the start. I thought it was FM24. Clearly, I was very wrong and blind. I could have seen that at the start. But hey, I apologise for that, Tom, and YouTube. I apologise for me making that mistake there. It's a good transfer window, first window. Sold a lot of players as well. Sold Tillemans, Amati, Sonchu. Like, getting rid of, like, sort of the deadwood, I would say, in that Leicester side. I mean, it's big spending. It's going to be big spending because Leicester are in the Premier League, and he's won lots of trophies as well, as you'll see when we come through to that section. But signing players like Trubin, Magno, Bamba, Calimendo, these are all, like, OP players. Angelo, Nonto, Keffer and Turam, Chevalier, Zaniolo, Roque. Like, this is just, like, unbelievable. Diego Costa, Edson Alvarez. You can do this. Samandrovic as well as Diamande there to Dennis Seaman. I mean, he's just stacking players. Absolutely stacking and stacking players. This is the story throughout the whole save, if we're perfectly honest. It does go into 2037, so I am rolling through these a little bit quicker than we do normally, to be honest. But he did sign Rooney Barkley there as well for 81 million. What a player he was. And Skeldrup as well It's got an unbelievable team, man. Unbelievable team. Obviously, he's selling lots of players, bringing lots of players in as well. And getting into Jeremy Pino, what a player he was. Got him in on loan. I mean, some great players. Now he's getting into that new gen territory. You know, those new gen players that come through that are absolutely cracked. Malero's not a new gen. He's very, very good. Eric Garcia was a beast on FM23 as well. And as you can see, it's that same. He's making money now, making big money with all the transfers he's stacked. And it allows him to go into another window and spend £486 million on players. £250 million. I have to check out this player. Ivan Bermudez. What a player he spent £200 million on. What a player. That is a huge signing. That guy is probably one of the best players I've ever seen on FM. Not going to lie to you lads there. And it continues in the same vein as we've seen. He probably doesn't need to spend that much money because he's got so many good players. That's been the issue. So many players signed. 117 million. Well, we've got to check that out. These big numbers. Goalkeeper, £117 million. You don't normally see people spend that much money on a goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper, though. Egyptian #1, definitely for sure. 23 years of age. Hani El Hamsari. What a player. And what window this guy has had, man. He has had some unbelievable windows. Stacking players, selling them on for big money, making Leicester the biggest and best team in the Prem. It's a solid 4.6. We're going to go through the major trophies he has won now with Leicester City. Let's start from the absolute beginning and work our way up. Let's have a look at what he's got. So Carabao Cup in the 25-26 was his first major trophy. A Europa League, a European Super Cup, FA Cup, Premier League first in 2027. And as you can see, he just goes on to dominate until 2031. He picks up the biggest prize of all, the UEFA Champions League with Leicester. In 2031, another Super Cup, Carabao Cups. He just loves winning at this stage. The Club World Cup in 2033. Adding a second Champions League in 2034 and then back-to-back Champions Leagues in 34 and 35. Is absolutely class. 37, he wins it again. And as you can see, he's won the 2037 UEFA Super Cup. He's won everything known to man in this competition. He's dominating the Premier League. He's dominating European football. He's absolutely dominant, especially with those signings. You're not going to expect anything less. What a save this is, Tom. Hats off, man. I have to clap for that one. Absolutely class, lad. Absolutely class. These achievements is a solid 4.9. Leaving Tom with 4.46 overall. I think that's the highest one we've ever had on this channel. So what a save that is from Tom, and what a save. I mean, I can't say anything more. These saves that we've had on this episode, these two saves, St Mirren and Leicester, absolute quality saves. And if you want to be part of this series, comment below you want to be part of this series and we'll get you on to the next episode.